And welcome to Spain and La Sella de Aguel for the International Canoe Federation's 5th and final Slalom World Cup of the 2017 season. It's World Cup final day. Double points for the athletes, prizes at stake. About 270 athletes from 36 nations are competing today. We have two classes, the K1 women followed by the C1 men. As always, I'm Matthew Layton. My two guests today for the K1 women are in their places and ready to go. Jasmin Schornberg missed out the final by half a second, but she's smiling already. And Sebastian Schubert missed the podium by a fraction yesterday, and he's always smiling. So thank you for coming.
Hello.
Thank you. So the conditions out there, Jasmin, you were on the water an hour ago. How are the conditions?
Yeah, I think the conditions are really perfect today. In the morning it was really cold, but now it's getting much warmer and the sun is coming out, and yeah, it's perfect. The wind is okay, so everything fine.
Everything fine. And Sebastian, you're known for being very, very fast. Yesterday you had a wonderful run, but not quite fast enough.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with my race. I did like all I could in the run, and just the other guys went crazy, so but I'm still happy with my 4th place.
And overall this season you're second behind the amazing Vit Prindis in the overall standings, and you've won it before, once or twice?
Twice, actually.
Okay, so it's fair to give it a turn to someone else.
He deserved it. With 3 wins in this season, he definitely deserved to win.
Well, we're going to follow play by play. These are the World Cup standings after 4 races. Ricarda Funk is having an absolute blinder today so far. Jana Dukatova, Jessica Fox, Turchel's not in the final, Horn's not in the final, Quagli, Kunler's not in the final, Jasmin Schornberg is sitting next to me, Miley Shuro and Mallory Franklin are still in there. So it looks like Ricarda Funk so far is having an amazing final. This is the starting order, which means this is the reverse order of the semi-final top 10, including penalties. Jana Dukatova had 4 penalties, Ricky Funk had 2 penalties. Most of the other athletes are clear, and we're just going to talk them through one at a time. As we know, the weather's great, there's no wind. Jana Dukatova, she's like yourself, Jasmin, you in 2009, 2006, your former world champions, going first. Is it good or bad for her?
I think it's quite nice to be in the final, so I think she's not thinking about to go first. I think she had enough race already that she knows how to handle it.
And Sebastian, what your job is today is just to tell us what we can't see and show us and say how she's performing.
It was a pretty good start, actually. Some good line here. Like, she had to spin at this gate. This was not planned, definitely.
That cost a lot of times, but now it's very important to keep on and fight till the end, I think, because you never know what the others will do.
It always depends how the final will be, but with this mistake, it will be hard for her to be on the podium for sure.
I think so, yeah.
Well,
the course is too fast, I think, yeah.
99.15 was the fastest time, Anna Satilla. But Jana has a good record so far this year. 9th in Prague, 2nd Augsburg, Markelberg 5th, Ivrea 6th. And last year here, she came 6th.
Yeah, she was really good this year. She has a very smooth style. And sometimes it looks like not as fast as somebody else, but she's still fast.
Yeah, the boat is moving like always, so that's how she makes the time.
And that's why she's 2nd in the overall standings.
Yeah.
But
it will be a hard fight between Jess and her for the 2nd place, I think, in the overall standing.
Well, let's see a bit later. Jess is the 4th to go.
Yeah.
So 6 up gates, and they've been crucial, or were yesterday.
Gates are quite high today, so I think even the girls can go for a lot of risk today. So it will be interesting to see.
She had not such a good line till the end, but with the spin, still fast, yeah.
Still a pretty good time with the mistake on top, yeah.
Oh.
So the first of 10 athletes to go down, and she'll be in fighting form for Po in 2 weeks' time. So the World Championships, I guess, are the target of most of you athletes this year.
Yeah, it is. Season was long so far because this year we have had a long summer break of 2 months, and now we had the last 2 World Cups and the World Championships in the end of September, which is 2 weeks later than in the last years. So
We'll see. Anyway, on the picture is Marta Canoe. This is her first final this year. She 24th last year, 23rd in Prague, 19th in Augsburg, 11th in Markleberg from Russia, but she's capable of putting a good run together.
Yeah, good start so far.
Yeah, she had a really good first run. I saw it. And now her start to this gate, I think it's really good. The boat is keep going.
Yeah, it was moving all the time. Also 7, the upstream was pretty fast. She's paddling quite controlled, actually.
Well, you can see by the clock she's nearly 5 seconds up on Jana, who had a bit of a stumble up at the top of the course.
That cost a bit of time. She was like a bit too much on the edge. So this is the physical part of the course where she is now. You have to push your boat really hard in this area.
But she's still 5 seconds up, so yeah. I think she can. Oh yeah.
2 seconds off.
Maybe too much risk.
Yeah.
But
She had a good entry, but
I think it's maybe a close race today, like
Yeah.
we saw it yesterday in the classes as well. So it's important to do some risk for sure.
she went a little bit too much to the left. But with a touch, still a good time, yeah. She can be happy, I think. Maybe not happy with her touch, but
So how long does it take when you athletes, you've made the top 10, there's 80 people to start with, is it a few minutes later that you suddenly say, well, okay, I didn't come first, but I made the top 10?
Yeah.
Or do you drive home that night and you I don't know, you bang the wall or something?
If you make the final, you're always happy with the weekend. It's especially in the K1 classes or even in the C1 classes, it's so hard to be in the final because like so many athletes are so close together at the moment. So
I think that's always the hardest point for me to make the final, because it's the hardest race, I think.
Well, you just missed out half a second. So
Yeah.
that's... Anyway, Natalie Paczynopik from Poland, Olympic Games 2012, and she's had some varied results this year. 18th in Prague, 7th in Augsburg, 21st in Markleberg, didn't compete in Ivrea, and 17th here last year.
Yeah, she's also a very good and strong paddler, but now the first touch, it's hard to keep going and have a strong mental to fight till the end.
now she has still some time to risk a lot to maybe gain some time during the run.
Yeah.
Down steadily. There's a good crowd today on both sides of the bank. We're in the just on the side of the city, but 3 and a bit seconds back so far.
Yeah, the weather is quite good today, so some people came down from the city to watch it.
And all the athletes that can have managed to stay around and watch.
Yeah, nice upstream here, 14.
Yeah, but the touch.
But still just 3 seconds.
So the
Marta
third-
had a touch in the bottom, so
another
another one.
expensive touch, but she drops a bit low.
That gate is not easy because the stream is so strong, and you never know what really happens sometimes.
But you can make a lot of time in this gate.
Yeah, like the boys did yesterday in the final. That was amazing.
Watching people like yourself and Kauser, the way they just came through was extraordinary.
They just sweep and go out. That was so fast.
Moves provisionally into 3rd place with 1:06. As I mentioned a minute ago, the time to go for in the final, semi-final, was 99. The TV images are so good now. Are you conscious when you cross the line that you're going to be watched really closely? Or are the emotions so strong? We might talk about Augsburg, for example.
It depends, like always, on the race, how you feel at the finish line. But usually, for the spectators, it's pretty good.
And sometimes it's great to show to watch you showing your emotion.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jess Fox.
No, Jess Fox, yeah.
She is third this season, 176 points, so 1 point behind Jana Dukatova. Obviously knows the course very well, having done well yesterday in the C1.
I like the style how she's paddling this year.
Yeah.
She's attacking a bit more than in the past, I would say. And
Yep.
she has a really close line.
Looks very
Wow.
confident, huh?
Yeah.
Like, or yeah.
Won the under-23 Worlds this year. Apart from that, was 10th, 11th, 7th, 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 second,
Whoa,
second,
that
second.
was really
Yeah.
fast. Just sweep and go out and push. She's always pushing her boat forward. So very strong, but still a little bit down. Oh,
Did she touch the bottom with her boat?
oh yeah.
Yeah, you can see she's risking a lot, like cutting the line at some upstream gates.
It's quite rare for her to go early in a final.
Yeah. Usually she's starting at the end, but
Well, second up, as we saw.
she can make the pressure for the other girls.
Whoa, yeah, that was
Yeah.
very tight and went out very, very good,
Quite
fast, I
close
think.
exit. Maybe she lost a bit
But
speed.
that's how you have to do it, I think, in the final to win something.
It will be under 100,
Yeah, definitely.
97 maybe.
Oh, and the sprint is always like hard. You have to keep fighting. And
Yeah.
amazing time, huh?
97.6.
Wow, that's the fastest by far today.
Yeah.
Well, certainly gave it. It wasn't a fluid run, was it? But it was a dynamic run.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
dynamic one, yeah.
Very dynamic. She was very close in many upstreams, like this one you can see, gate 14, yeah. And that's really hard to keep the boat under control in this position, but she did it very well.
I think the most important gates on the course are the upstream 7, 14 and 20, where you can make like a lot of time with whisk, and she did all of them pretty good. So I think it will be hard to beat.
Former world champion, present world champion, in fact, Katerina Kudiova from the Czech Republic. Fourth here last year.
She was not racing all World Cups this year, so maybe she's preparing a bit more for the World Championships than others. We will see how she will do it now. Oh, first girl with a spin at gate 5.
Yeah, it's really hard to get the direct line. You can saw it in my race. But yeah, she did maybe, it is a little bit more safety like to spin, I think. But if you spin, you can be also fast. But I think, yeah, she
2.5
lost a little
seconds.
bit time there.
I think she will try to get some time in the bottom part, but Jess was pretty good, like
Yeah,
all the runs,
especially the upstream, and now, yeah.
so a bit too low in this upstream gate.
The boat is keep going, but it's not, maybe not enough.
It's quite a long course. It's nearly 300 meters just for the technicians out there. It's a 6-meter drop, 1.6% slope, and about 11 cubic meters flowing down per second.
Yeah, you feel the length if you are paddling. 300 meters is like, most are like a bit shorter. The times were not so long, but it was just a lot of paddling in this course.
Well, we're looking for the second position.
Bottom part was really good now.
Yep.
The upstream's very nice. And now you have to fight till the end. It's hard in that kind of water stream.
Moves into second place.
100.7.
But still 100, yeah. The bottom part was really good, I think.
She was down 2.5 seconds at the first split already, so she did a good job down. Next one will be the first Spanish of 2 in the final.
Marta Martinez, sorry, she came 8th last year. Hasn't made a final though this year. She's 30th in Prague, 37th in Augsburg, 15th in Magdeburg. Didn't race last weekend, so let's see how she goes.
It's always good to see the Spanish paddling here. They have their own style on this course, and They really know it, how to paddle here.
Yeah.
And although they've made some changes this year, haven't they? There's some rocks being moved around in various places.
Yeah,
Do you feel that as an athlete?
Yeah, for sure. In the middle part, the course is very different to last year. But I think after one session, you know it like the rest of the course.
It's quite dramatic. They're coming from the big water of Ria to here.
Huge
Yeah.
difference.
Good, looking good so far.
Yeah.
She did the direct line, so that was really fast, I think.
Especially the 5-6 was really fast.
Very
Some wind
close.
coming now, but I hope the gates will not move too much.
Ah, she's looking really strong. The top.
Well, just off the pace slightly. So far, not much news. The speaker's stopped to take a photograph. Presumably he's going to shout in a minute when she comes down the bottom half of the course. He's just sitting next to us.
Yeah, she's on a good line so far.
Oh,
Good exit. But the boat was not like running all the time, so she lost a bit of time, yeah.
yeah.
You see she's 1 3/4 seconds down. But can she make it up?
Jess was really good at the
Maybe.
bottom. I think she's going for the second place.
She can do the last upstreams very, very close, I think, and then like this. But I think her tail was a little bit too much in the water, so the boat stops.
I think she touched the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, that was very
super close exit.
close, but then you need the speed to the end, to the finish line. Oh, she got
50-second penalty at gate 14.
What? Okay. I couldn't see it, but
No, me neither.
Well, that'll certainly be checked. So 14 is the up just under the bridge.
Maybe she was a bit too... Yeah, we can see it again.
maybe the
From this
gate
angle,
20 or which one?
14.
Was it? Ah, 14.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, they'll
Okay.
have a
But from-
TV camera just above it,
Yeah.
so the judges will be doing
Yeah.
super slow
From this
motion.
position, it's hard to say. So.
Yeah, the judges have like 3 or 4 positions to see the gate, so...
Former world general champion Ursa Kregley from Slovenia. She's been good and consistent so far this season. Third, making 3 finals.
She always tries to keep the boat moving,
Yeah.
so...
She has a very smooth style. It's looking very, very nice on the water.
And if she needs inspiration, she just needs to talk to her compatriot, Kauga.
Ah,
That
too
costs
much.
time.
The left edge.
Oh, that was a
Oh,
good
that
line
was-
down there.
Yeah. That was brave, huh?
Maybe she got some tips from Pero from yesterday, how to
Yeah.
win here.
He was so happy, wasn't he? Well, he always
Yeah,
happy,
for
but he was
sure.
really happy.
Yeah, he was really happy.
The
Yeah,
the
he had
oldest
an
man in the
amazing
competition.
time, so
But 1.87, so it's not
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah, we saw her struggling at the first upstream, so still in a good position to fight for a medal, I think.
she's very. Yeah, I think she tried to attack. She's
Quite aggressive,
getting
yeah.
very, very close to the gates, especially the upstreams. Yeah, and the time is not bad.
Slightly clawing it back. 1.5 seconds down.
It's all up on this gate now.
Oh yeah. Ah. Oh, and
And a
maybe
touch.
Maybe
a
she
touch.
touched it, yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
effectively.
tail was
put her
again
out.
a little bit too much in the water, so it's hard to push the boat forward.
But it's still a good time.
Go.
100.1
Second.
with a touch, so
Yeah.
Well done.
yep.
So she medaled this year in Augsburg, I believe.
3 more girls to come.
Next to go, Miley Schur, who won last year. I was talking to her just after a semi-final, and she was a little bit concerned because she'd banged her boat a bit, so she had to repair the boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes here, yeah, that you get some scratches in the boat.
She
But
had
I
some
think
tape.
she paddled last time. Didn't she paddle the Vida salto? I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
saw her
that's
with the
true.
salto, and now she changed the boat, I think. maybe. She was maybe not very satisfied.
So on paper, she should be one of the favourites. She won here last year, obviously the Olympic champion. She won in Prague, didn't go to Freya, and as tough as they come.
It's hard to beat her here in Laseu, definitely.
That was a very good start. She used the water very perfect.
So Yasmin, when you're looking at the videos, do you watch her and say
Yeah,
what
for
line she's
sure.
doing?
Yeah.
Great line in this gate.
Ah,
I think Jess attacked more at gate 7, so we would see
Yeah.
how the split is.
but
Close, very
Close,
close.
very
yeah.
close together. That was a good upstream, and now to
You can
keep the boat going is very important in this part.
You can see the boat running all the time.
Yeah.
She's not stopping the boat.
A couple of times here, she's done mistakes at the bottom, but still won.
That was good. Boat is still moving fast. Yeah, she's up.
Yes, 0.6 up. New Villarubla won the C1 Women for Spain yesterday. Can they make it a double?
It would be great for the Spain because of
Ah,
all
she
the
takes
crowd.
it
That's
Oh.
it.
That touch maybe cost her a good place, huh?
It's a bit
A
low.
little bit low, yeah.
Well, there's a good crowd both
But still
times.
fast, huh?
It's going to be close.
She will still go under 100.
Yeah, for sure.
So Jess Fox did 97.
But for... Oh, that was close.
98.1.
Aye. So good with the touch.
So by far the fastest run today, but just behind.
Oh,
It's a really good race so far.
yeah.
That's what we were saying yesterday about you guys.
I think the course setting is not so hard as sometimes in other World Cups. For example, in Magdeburg it was really hard. So that's why we have so close and good races, I think.
And if they'd kept up gate 18 in Markleberg, it could have been even more fun.
Yeah.
The upstream and the stopper, yeah.
Anyway, Ricky Funk,
Ricky.
Germany!
there's not much more you can say about well done. She's had such an amazing season.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good season so far.
4 podiums in 4 World Cups with 3 wins. So
Yeah. That's hard to beat, yeah.
Has she changed in personality since she started winning them all?
no, she didn't.
But she had a very good start.
I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah. It's hard to find the words, huh?
What was funny was
But
last
the
time
start
that
was really good too now.
Ricky and Yasmin did the commentary, they were watching a new and they both say exactly the same. They were nervous.
But that was a really good upstream and
She's
11 amazing, huh?
She's
really
controlling
good.
it, I think,
Yeah.
at the moment.
She's very concentrated,
Yeah.
a good entry into the upstream.
That was super fast exit.
Yeah.
Now she's pushing hard. She's still half a second.
But half a
Down.
second down.
Yeah, but she always is
Maybe,
though.
maybe Fox was a little bit more aggressive in this part, but she's very strong in the end, so
This was good as
that
well.
was really good. Yeah.
She always seems to hold it together, doesn't it? Really.
She's absolutely in pace.
Yeah. She has
yeah,
such a
that
good
was
form, and that was really fast at upstream. It will be very close.
Can she go for 4 victories?
Oh. But now, oh yeah, she will win. Oh yeah.
It's going to be desperately close.
Oh. First place, that's amazing, huh?
A medal again for Ricky.
Well, we know
Yeah.
we have our overall World Cup standings winner this year.
Yep. And I think it will be Jess in second
Yes.
in the overall World Cup. So, but it's well deserved from Ricarda, with 5 podiums in 5 races.
Can you see, as
Yeah.
you two are very, very close to her, what has changed this year?
For who?
For her,
For Ricky,
her.
yeah.
I think
Observing her.
she's really confident at the moment. She's
Yeah, I think that's the most important, to be confident, have a good self-confidence.
self-confidence. Yeah. And I would say she's more relaxed than, for example, last year before the Olympic selections. She was the big favorite for the selections, and
well, here we go. Anna Sattila, who's done really well this year in the C1 category, has struggled a little bit in the K1. 31st, 30th, 14th, 12th, 7th here last year.
I think it's hard for her to do like the C1, the K1, and the slalom extreme cross.
Yeah.
But she won that last year.
But she's young.
Yeah.
She has the energy, maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh, the boat was a little bit jumping, like, but still clean.
We maybe even see more of her next year. She's planning, or if not already, move to Ivrea.
Oh, okay.
Ah, she's good so far.
To be fastest in qualification, semi-final, means you're doing something correctly.
Yeah, but it's not easy to start as the last person in the final.
Yeah, for sure.
She knows what time. I think she knows what time she has to do now. So
to beat,
this will cost
she lost
a second
bit.
or more.
See where she's in the split.
But she's still fighting, That's good.
What is the time for third place at the moment?
The time for third place is Mylin, who is 98.15.
Whoa, nice exit.
So
I think she can make it on the third.
well, she's certainly throwing everything at it.
She has so much energy, It looks like.
Oh, it was a good run.
Yeah. Just
98 to get third place.
that's gonna be closer. No. 99, fourth place, but
Fourth place. What a race! What a race!
It was a very good run. She can be satisfied.
So it's Ricarda winning her fourth World Cup in a row this year.
I'm not sure
That's
I've seen that happen
impressive.
before. I've been doing it for the last 6 years. Has it happened before that?
I cannot remember.
Yeah. She's. I think she's.
She's pretty happy.
Pretty happy and don't know how it happened again.
But the podium is amazing, isn't it? The three of them in the last couple of years, they've really been on top.
It's again like last week, Ricarda and Jess on first and second.
Yes. And the week before.
Yep. Like a déjà vu.
Well, that was really dynamic. All the athletes close. First, top three with 1.33 seconds between them. Ricarda Funk, as we mentioned, wins again and again and again. How will she cope with the pressure? I should ask her myself, I guess, going into the Worlds. Does it add pressure, or does it mean...
I think she is the big favorite now for the World Championship for sure.
Sorry, I'll cut you off. And just to confirm the results, Ricarda Funk, gold for Germany, Jess Fox, Australia, silver, Mylin Shuro taking the bronze for Spain. And sorry.
With the touch, actually. So she did the fastest time.
Wow.
Yeah, Ricarda will be a big favorite for the World Championships for sure. But Jess is close to her. So I think both of them are the main favorites.
And Yasmin, you can't count you out. You're still very close.
And he's low there.
It's a shame we can't have a heart monitor speed on Ryan, because he looks really cool.
Yeah.
I suspect there's a few.
I guess he probably knows there's a few boats to come now who were maybe quicker than his time, so he's just sitting there waiting patiently.
Just slowly ticking over. 6 gone. 5 to go. Alexander Slavkovsky won here last year. General good bloke, did well at the Europeans.
Yeah, he'll definitely look to put one down. And
He always seems to have extremely smooth ups. He's actually one of my favorite paddlers to watch in ups, because he's just consistently, it looks like it's effortless the way he does it. So it'll be interesting to see if he can make up a little bit of time on the bottom. Ryan did such a great job on that upright at gate 20. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of room to improve there.
So he caresses the water, doesn't he?
It's awesome. I love watching him paddle.
I think he sits quite high in the boat, which gives him loads of reach, and he's really tall anyway, so. That was really nice behind the rock there.
Nice and fast. Staying on top of the water.
And did you notice much of a difference with the changes this year?
I paddled here 2 years ago, and I noticed a little bit in the middle and in the bottom, but not a ton for me.
That's great.
Beautiful.
The changes in the course?
Yes.
Yeah, well, when I first got here, I was paddling and really thinking, oh, some of this is quite different. So just there where he is now, like, it's a lot more water coming through, and there isn't much of a stopper just there, and that curl, that stopper is a bit more consistent. He did that really nicely.
Fantastic.
As we saw, he was nearly a second up.
Let's see if he made up some more. It looks like he may.
Oh,
3
seconds
That's
up.
remarkable.
Ryan's heart's going a bit, I'm sure.
I would imagine. This is going to be, like in men's kayak, this is the make or break it move.
That was a very dry boat into there then. Oh,
Picked up 2 seconds.
That's going to make it more interesting.
he's got a 3-second advantage.
Oh, and he's
a bit low.
See if he can get a
Punt off
tight
the wall.
exit.
You've seen so far, everyone who messes up 20 also goes low.
Yeah.
But still very much in a shout. The top time at the moment is 95.61. Could be inside.
Oh, goodness, with a touch.
Oh. That is very good.
He's got to be happy with that.
Okay, is clearly into first place.
4 boats to go.
I would think that would be enough for a medal. That's pretty amazing run. To get the touch on the exit too, that's like extra.
Maybe just wrapped up a bit too much.
Yeah.
It's 20 is in a bit of an awkward place. If it was slightly lower down, you could use the water to your advantage, but
it's a little shallow too. There's like a little sandbar underneath there, at least that I found a couple of times with my paddle.
Martin Thomas is going to have a lot of attention the next couple of weeks, but it's great to see him in the final. Denis Gargaud-Canoe, the Olympic champion, missed out, so the only French representative today.
Made that nice and smooth.
so much strength the boys have. It's like I do watch the C1 men, but watching this and really so much detail, they just have so much more strength and they move the boat so quickly. That was very nice and tight around that.
Wrap that one up beautifully.
Slightly down. Very tight on that. Keeping the boat moving nice and smooth.
He recorded 95 in the semi-finals, so he's going to have to go faster.
And being a lefty coming down here in these bottom two ups, we'll see how he got out of that one pretty well, but that gate 20 is going to be a nemesis, I think, for the lefty.
In touch, though, still.
In
yes,
touch?
still in touch.
And if he doesn't have any penalties, it's going to be good.
Yes.
See what it does on this up.
We actually, in the highlights package, we only need to watch one gate, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. I think in the men's division as well, it seemed like it really came down to gate 20, which he seemed to do pretty well. I'll be interested to see how this time runs out without the penalties.
He's going to be very, very close. There's no penalties.
Oh, caught a bit in the eddy there.
I think he might have it.
Oh,
just barely.
Close.
It's a solid run, though. He's got to be happy with that.
Shows how fast Levkowski was at the top.
Yeah, I mean, he was up 3 seconds at that second split. That is amazing.
Wow. So, 3 athletes to go. Eliseki, Savchek, and Tassiadis.
I think Savchek and Tassiadis are in the top 3 at the minute of the overall, so they're looking to fight each other out for the overall win. Slavkovski's up there as well too, I think.
Yeah. Tassiadis so far is how many points clear? 100. No, he's 34 points clear. Eliseki's a little bit down. It'd be great to see him put a run together because he's so talented.
And for the home crowd as well.
Absolutely.
Made one final this year in Augsburg.
It's very nice and smooth around that.
Good so far. Such a long, graceful paddler. A little caught up there.
When you see him out of the water, he seems sort of normal. He doesn't seem that athletic, does he?
I haven't really seen much of him off the water, actually. I only really see him in a boat.
Okay, good point.
Oh. Some hard off across spout. Nicely done.
See if he can stay in touch with that 2-second penalty. It's like a reasonable exit there.
There's a huge crowd now taking both sides, clearly above the big screen, but he's 3 seconds back. It's not going to help him in the medals.
I don't know if you can make up that much time on the bottom. Unless you're from Slovakia, apparently.
Oh, very tight.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he might got a penalty, yeah.
No, it's not going to happen today. So with 2 athletes to go, it looks like Stavkovsky has himself a medal.
He'll be really happy with that, especially with a run like that as well,
Yeah,
with a touch.
With a touch, staying it. Yeah, absolutely. That was a remarkable run. Either of these last 2 guys, though, can throw down just an amazingly fast run. So I always like watching Savsek because he's such an aggressive, hard paddler. You can see he's putting it all out there when he gets into finals.
Well, he put down 92, but had a 2-second penalty.
92 is a very fast time. 2 more boats to go now.
Hopefully the wind doesn't make a factor. It seems to be kind of picking up and going away, so hopefully it stays down.
So this is what it's all about. He's won before at the highest level.
I love watching Savsek paddle. He's so composed and his body stays so still. It reminds me a little bit of Martigan as well. Bit of a similar style.
Managed to reduce the risk last season.
Probably a bit wider than planned, but rescued it pretty well.
Good connection there.
Very nice spin.
Taking a little bit on the chest there, but it seems like the boat's still moving. He'll have the advantage as a lefty in this up. Oh, got a little hung up there, though.
He's looking strong, looking composed.
Look at that, still very much in touch.
He'll be coming into this upright shortly, keeping the boat nice and dry in here, which is pretty important.
Pretty good as a lefty.
So 2 athletes to go. Alexander Stavkovsky is leading at the speedway. He's going to be on the split. Well, within 1.67 seconds. But crucially, Stavkovsky took a 2-second penalty earlier down.
Here it comes, the make or break move.
Oh,
he's out there. That was great.
Well, we could have a new leader.
Get a nice
held
tight
that very well, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Savsek's at the moment 3rd in the world standings.
See if he stays in that green current.
No, he's going to be seriously under.
Bad.
Yeah, he's got a good run going. Look
Nice.
at that.
Oh.
Easily.
Well done.
Savsek moves into first place by 0.13 seconds.
Such tight racing in Sao.
Throws Ryan Wesley off the podium. So we know Stavkovsky has a medal, we know Savsek has a medal, and Sideris Tasiadis, I was speaking after his semi-final run, he just said this is on the water, this is just amazing. And first, second, first.
That's cool.
He said he's enjoying, I said, is this work for you today or play? He said, I'll play. Love the water.
Yeah, I think it's really important for the athletes to really enjoy the water whilst they're paddling so they're not caught up in all the emotion and stuff.
Coming out of second in heats and first in semifinal. He's been paddling very consistently this weekend.
All year round, I guess, as
Yeah,
well.
he really has all season.
Well, surprisingly for many people, Prague was his first World Cup win. That seems to have released some.
Notice he's not wearing a jackpot or a peak ST either.
going old school,
Yeah.
wearing a real life jacket.
They were saying he has a fat tummy last week, or was it 2 or 3 extra centimeters around it?
Nice wrap there. Beautiful exit. We'll see how he's on touch on this first split.
Yeah.
Oh, crucially, very much in touch.
Nice watch on the far pole there.
A nice dry line coming into this first of 2 crucial uprights.
So much reach on that crossbar then.
No kidding.
It's looking really in
Yeah,
touch.
there
Yes.
we go.
Made
He's
up
up.
a bit, hasn't he? 0.28 up. Keep in yet another. He's already won 2 races this season. Ricardo Funk has won 4 this season, so he's not going to be the top German.
Oh,
Stuck there.
it's got stuck there. There's that little sandbar. Let's see how much of an impact that made, though, because he can
Very
get out of
nice
here
into there.
quickly.
He looked to sprint really hard and keep in the flow.
Looks like it got a little bit of turn in there.
Oh, a bit
I
through
think
the
that
middle of
might be
that.
enough.
Where's he going to go?
Oh.
He just misses out the medals.
So close.
That gate 20 was definitely the heartbreaker out there
Yeah.
today. That was the make or break.
He has such a big lead, though. Can't confirm officially, but I think it's going to be enough to take the overall championships.
Yeah, double points can make such a big difference in the last race.
Well, going into, he had a big lead over Savchek, who was in 3rd place. So, but this year, 1st, 2nd, 1st and 4th. Not a bad year.
Yeah, not a bad year.
Yeah, they'll look to improve all that for the World Championships where it really counts.
Well, that's been great. Just Kim, a word about yourself, Kimberly. What are your preparations going to be for the next couple of weeks?
So we go home today. We have the British Open next weekend, so we'll look to taper off a bit and
Just cut you off, sorry.
Sorry.
Benjamin Savcek takes the gold for Slovenia. Slavskoski Alexander takes the silver for Slovakia. And Martin Thomas came under the radar, took a great confidence building bronze medal because it's going to be Po coming up the World Championships. And sorry, Kimberly, what are your plans?
yeah, we have the British Open and then we have 4 more days, I think, and then we head out to Po to train, and hopefully we'll get some good results and some good training sessions leading up to it.
Are you doubling up?
Yes, I will be doubling up.
Easy. And Trent?
I head straight over to Po tomorrow and start paddling around, spend some time in the plastic boat, getting ready for motocross, and be ready for C1.
Well, that's great to see all the athletes revved up. This has been a great weekend sport. The weather's been mainly kind. The organisation's been wonderful, and everything's been a lot of fun. Are we going to have in a minute the classifications, just to have some slow-mos to show you the beauty of the action.
Slow-mos are really cool. I love watching them.
You ought to go in the truck and see how quickly the technicians take the images, put them in through the computer, pick them out, and it's great art.
Oops. Oh, that was it right there.
So 2 races today. Ricardo Funk won in style the K1, and we've just seen Benji Savcek from Slovenia. Second Slovenian victory of the weekend, with Peter Kauser winning yesterday.
Yeah,
Germans.
the Kajakman final was amazing to watch yesterday.
Yeah, it was a very exciting final. I found all the finals this weekend to be really, really fun to watch, really tight racing. And the courses were subtle enough that it wasn't, make or break, blowout everything. It was, being a real good technician and being able to stay on top of the water made the difference all the way to the bottom. Today in particular seemed like gate 20. You gotta be on your game from top to bottom. There's no finishing the course early.
Susanna from the Czech media team just interviewing some of her athletes.
The young ones.
Right, are we going to wait for the overall standings? I don't think there's much suspense for the top place. So mentally now you switch on to Po, don't you, really? You go, right, that's it.
Yeah, I guess everyone's
water.
now looking forward to making the finals, I guess, in Po, and really tapering down and getting their best results up.
Well, no surprise there. Sidimis Tassiadis takes the overall World Cup standings this year. Benjamin Savsek leaps Mate Benish, who didn't make the final. Slavkovsky moves up from 6th to 3rd to take the 3rd place. They'll be on the podium soon to receive a nice check to say well done for the overall season. So that's a good measure for you, the athletes, to see who's on top and who's not. And obviously looking at this lovely venue here, Sadio Gale will be here, of course, next year. And 2019, there'll be the World Championships.
Yeah, that should be a fun race. I'm excited to come back. It looks like there's a World Cup here next year, and then the World Championships. So it should be fun to be around again. It's such a beautiful venue, such a beautiful city.
Yeah,
Trent
really
and
nice.
Kimberly, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks everyone for watching. You can follow us on social media, and we'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks' time for the World Championships. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.